Alright, so I just saw the new Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World Rebirth, and I've got quite a few things to say. Let's get started with the story. This movie has a bunch of really cool and interesting ideas for a Jurassic Park movie, and I like those ideas. The problem is that they are all meshed together into one movie, and thus makes it overcrowded. Like, if they had cut one of these storylines and just made it its own thing, it would be more interesting than just smushing it all together and making this one film. Because, as I discussed with some buddies after the movie, we're like, yeah, I really enjoyed this part, and I really enjoyed this part. Just not them together because they don't really mesh well, much like the issue with Jurassic World Dominion. There are good ideas in the movie. It's just that they need more time to flesh out, and in the case of Dominion, they really just needed some time to rework completely as well. But it's a passable story, but it leaves a lot to be desired as there is so much potential with it. So I'm going to give it a Hot Pocket score. Next up, cinematically speaking, it is beautiful, but it's like the issue comes from the director. The director is Gareth Edwards, and it's just not as epic, visually speaking, as some of his other work. And that's rude to determine, like, the nature of the film based on the director's previous work. But even comparing it to previous Jurassic Parks and Worlds, it doesn't feel as epic in scale. It feels a little lower, and the stakes of the story aren't necessarily super high, but I think, visually speaking, it just doesn't have a lot to offer, if you know what I mean. Like, they have some really cool dino designs, but nothing, like, overtly special. Especially, one thing that I do have to give this movie props, though, is that it's one of the few Jurassic World Park movies that does not focus around, oh, mutated dinosaur escaped and we have to survive it. I do like that, and I do like the idea behind it, although they should have focused on one angle or the other, not both together. Cinematically speaking, though, I guess I'll give it a slight hand grenade score, although it is very weak in that hand grenade score. Directing, I thought it was decently directed. It was decently paced. Like I said, the main issue is that there are two, like, interesting stories that really needed more time to flesh out and could have been played better with, like, some slight alterations. Because the main issues with the stories are how they connect to each other, because they don't really need to. Like, they could have had two separate movies with these two casts and made, like, two different stories, but, like, with their concepts that are in this movie, and that's the main issue. But yeah, I'll give a Hot Pocket score here. Acting, I'll give another Hot Pocket score just because the performances aren't that memorable, and the cast just doesn't have the same charisma as the previous ones, and that, like, makes it fall a little flat. But yeah, Hot Pocket score there as well. Expectations and experience. This was a pretty fun experience. My expectations were slightly met. I did like enjoy this movie. I didn't love it, but I did find it, like, slightly above average. And honestly, that's pretty good compared to the last ones, which I found below average. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is a certified Hot Pocket movie. I do recommend checking it out, but, like, you don't have to rush to see it. And I think that there are better, more exciting releases in July than this one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Jurassic World Rebirth if you're planning on seeing it now or you've already seen it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.